especially since making a YouTube video is as easy as creating an account, uploading your footage, and then sharing it online. It takes about $56,000 worth of supplies, hundreds of volunteers, and about 3 months to build this house. Now, in most sports, a score with a negative number would never be a good thing. However, it were scores like these that led the Aggie women's golf team to win the SEC Conference Championship title. One of the things they're excited about are the shirts they had made for the event. It shows that the Aggies are there representing the 12th man. But nowadays, grammar is more important than ever because bad habits are easy to come by. The city invested in this sign not only to let people know that they are entering Madisonville, but also that the little town is offering big things. These cubes have been on display for the last 2 years, but tonight is the first night that an exhibit comes from outside the state of Texas. The reaction you're seeing is not real, but these doctors and nurses are preparing for the worst.
You're not going to know when it's coming, you're not going to know what's about to happen, and you cannot necessarily predict everything that's going to occur.
Students from the Texas A&M Health Science Center are taking part in Disaster Day, an annual event where over 300 medical students are tasked with treating hundreds of patients affected by sudden natural disaster.
We create a simulation that everybody can benefit from.
Check rhythm. We need to check the rhythm.
For senior nursing student Katie Daknewski, Disaster Day not only provides an opportunity to put her skills to the test, but to also be ready whenever the moment strikes.
It's an experience you can't get anywhere else. It makes you really nervous just because you don't know what you're going to get. It could be anything.
In order to execute a disaster scenario, students are not told what will happen beforehand. In this case, it happened to be a forest fire and a gas truck explosion.
Whenever you have something like this, there's going to be unknown circumstances that you can't expect, but this is going to help us to where we can be able to react more quickly and more efficiently.
With every scenario comes a new experience, and with every new experience comes a better way to save lives.
Think on your feet, be quick with your actions and your interventions, and hopefully have successful outcomes.
And you just need to be prepared for anything.
Preparing for the unexpected, one scenario at a time. In Bryan, Dorian Galindo, KAGS HD News.
This is something that probably could have been taken care of 20 years ago.
A tiny pothole.
The hole's like 12 inches, you wouldn't think too much of it.
That turned into a much deeper problem.
But when you look down there was a small cavern under there.
What started out as an ordinary crack in the middle of the road turned out to be a nuisance that have closed a highway and impeded local business.
You know, the sewer line had collapsed. You know, we had a lot of rain. Water got in there, so it eroded, made a big hole.
Local store owner Kent Pate also has his worries, not only about the sinkhole, but also the potential of more occurring in small towns across the country.
Many of our rural cities across the U.S. are dealing with this same problem. The old piping is beginning to collapse. Construction prevents us from seeing what progress has been made with the roadwork. However, the city manager has told us that construction is due to wrap up in about a week.
It's very inconvenient for the businesses that are right there.
And despite the city's best efforts, jobs in the area still remain threatened.
Now with Highway 21 completely shut down, it's really put the crimp on the flow of our traffic, the flow of our customers.
We have bad luck or bad weather or those kind of things, it could take longer.
With a lot of uncertainty and no time to waste, construction progresses.
Hopefully in the next day or so we'll get back to normal.
Hopefully with good results. In Madisonville, Dorian Galindo, KAGS HD News.
Everybody knows their smile.
2 lives lost and 2 lives remembered.
You know, they were so phenomenal. They just made light of every situation.
Alexis Emu and Nikki Williams were 2 of 4 passengers involved in a 1-vehicle accident early Sunday morning in Grimes County.
Well, when we realized like how many people were just calling us and telling us, and so we was like, we need to do something special. They impacted so many people.
Today, DeJuan Johnson and Tiffany Saunier have gathered to organize a vigil for their loved ones, 2 girls that both remember with only the fondest of memories.
So tonight we're doing a ceremony, a celebration of their lives, also a celebration of the lives of the ones that did survive as well. We just want people to be there for words of encouragement.
Johnson and Saunier have set up a GoFundMe page to help the families pay for the funeral.
If they need to mourn, we can all mourn together, but also just to be there to console one another and to also support the family members as well that are going through this tough time.
I can just only imagine how it is.
As for the student body of Texas A&M, it goes without saying that any life lost is a life worth remembering. At Texas A&M, Dorian Galindo, KAGS HD News.